Do you have an update on Chase Edmonds?
It's a hamstring. I'm doubtful for this week. If it was a normal week, possibly, but short week looks doubtful.
And David as well.
David, day to day, it just kind of how he progresses throughout the week.
There was a report out there that Chase could be out a handful of weeks, which is why you guys need to make the trade. You're hopeful that it's going to be shorter than that?
Yeah, we're not at that point yet.
How quickly can you get Drake involved?
He's from what I've heard, a smart player, and he's eager to learn. So we'll give him enough to where he can execute at a high level, and we're excited. He's an explosive back, can do it all out of the backfield, and I know he's fired up to get this opportunity.
How much have you missed David in the passing game, and can Drake maybe help in that area too?
We hope so. I mean, David's a phenomenal receiver out of the backfield and had made some huge plays in the passing game this season. Obviously, that's been a loss, but I think Kenyan can come in and do some things that fit what we need right now.
Did Chase's injury precipitate the trade, or was it just the collective health of your running backs at this point?
Collective health. Yeah, it wasn't just based upon the Chase injury.
It looked yesterday like Kyler was taking some time explaining to Zach during the game where to line up, what to do. How tough is that on him, putting pressure on him to make sure now with another new running back where they're lined up?
Yeah, that's part. He understands that's part of the position, and I think more than anything, it was just it's loud atmosphere. Zach is a very smart football player, but they were just making sure they're on the same page and executed well when he was in there.
Regarding the 4th and 1 call, how much does analytics, metrics, and win probability, how much does that change decision making?
Not a ton. I mean, it's a starting point, and obviously you're going to have a feel for the game and your team and the situation, and a bunch of things go into it. But there's a baseline that you can work with, just knowing what the numbers say.
What's it like for you? It seemed like that you guys.
Would I take it
kind of-
back? No, I would have called a play that worked.
You guys had seemed during that 3-game winning streak to really kind of establish an identity, especially with Johnson and Edmonds, the running game, and now it's almost back to square one, it seems like. What's that like for you, just trying to get this offense back together?
It's tough, but everybody deals with it. Offensively, we had got a good rhythm going, a good groove going with both those guys. And when you lose them both, you got to find other ways to move the football, and that's what we're working through this week.
Is it a challenge for you game planning wise with the running back issues and the short week overall?
I mean, it's a new experience for me. I haven't done this on a Thursday, Sunday to Thursday, Saturday to Thursday, but not Sunday to Thursday. And it's going to go quick. Having a new guy coming in, we're going to have to make sure that we have a plan in that he understands and can execute, and so that definitely comes into play.
Is Nick Bosa already as a rookie a guy you have to account to when it comes to blocking schemes and making sure it's just not one-on-one all the time with him?
He is. He's a tremendous football player, high effort, high motor, great personality. You can see those guys are excited for him when he makes plays, and he's having a heck of a year.
What were your impressions of him from during the draft process?
Yeah, I loved him. We got to, I think, have 2 dinners with him, and he's one of those guys you want on your team, want in your locker room, and plays his tail off. I mean, he's relentless as they come. And a real guy's guy. You can tell all his teammates like him, and we had him graded very highly. And San Francisco made a great pick.
How do you get the ball more to Larry and get him more involved other than one catch yesterday?
Yeah, we targeted him a few times, close on the touchdown, and we're not throwing it 50 times like we were in that stretch when we were down a bunch, and that has something to do with it. But we'll continue to try and find ways to get him the football.
When you look at their offense, what stands out as an offensive play caller that's different?
I mean, I've just had a ton of respect for Kyle, and watching him through the years, no matter who his quarterback was or his personnel, he adapted to it and was able to move the football. And he's on the cutting edge of a bunch of things that you see throughout the NFL now. He kind of was at the front end of that, and tremendous offensive mind, and it's going to be a huge challenge for our defense.
Have you ever been through a situation where at running back you have so many injuries that you're trying to kind of score?
I don't think this many. In college, you're like 9 deep, so you just keep rolling them through. But bringing them in and teaching them the offense is definitely new. But those guys, the 2 guys we had last week, did a great job picking it up, and I'm sure Kenyan will be the same way.
From all the guys that you've brought in this season, what's the feedback been like on what it's like to pick up this offense?
I haven't really have like an exit interview him, so to speak, is probably a good idea. But I think Coach Saxon, the running backs coach, does a great job, and we really try to just keep it to what's in the game plan for that week, and then really even limit it to what their plays are going to be. So we try to simplify it as much as possible.
Do you think, though, that's a bigger adjustment for your particular offense than if they were signing with another team and trying to quickly learn a game plan?
I'm not sure. I think there's different systems within the NFL that have a lot of carryover, and so I think if you went to one of those, you could probably pick it up quicker. But ours, like I said, we try to specify which plays they have to make it easier for them.
Coach, we went from 8 sacks a week ago to 0 yesterday. Was that schematic? Was it better offensive line? Was it situational?
A lot of it had to do with the Hall of Fame quarterback getting out of his hands. I mean, he made some tremendous plays just to get the ball out on some plays. He threw it away or checked it down. I mean, he's phenomenal at that, and that had a big part of it.
Did you need Christian to run the ball in that flea flicker because he's a right-hander and Chase is a left?
Yeah, that was kind of the deal, and he did a great job. They blitzed it, and he made a great throw back.
How much did Christian help the team overall coming back yesterday?
He had real explosiveness out there, and wish we could have got it to him a little bit more, but he plays hard, has some real juice on the field, and we got to keep finding ways to get him the football.
Was there anything about Kyler's game specifically that stuck out to you yesterday?
Just that he was able to protect the football in that environment. I mean, it was tough against one of the better defenses and one of the best defensive lines we've faced, and had pressure and continued to protect the football, which gave us a chance. I mean, we're down, 1 score there or 2 scores late, and that's because he's protecting the football.
Drew yesterday, he'd step up in the pocket, slide a little bit to give him a lane to throw. When you talk to Kyler about what veteran quarterbacks do you point out a guy like Drew and what he does to avoid being hit and staying in the pocket?
Yeah, I think you can learn from all those guys. I mean, he's mastered it. It's his 19th year in the league or whatever, and so the game's in slow motion for him. And with Kyler, every week's a learning experience, and he'll continue to work at it. He's got that God-given ability to get out and make plays, and you just walk that fine line when to do that.
For Zach Allen, I know he was day-to-day at one point. Did he have a setback, or is there something?
No, we just wanted to make sure that he's 100% when he is ready to go. We don't want there to be a major setback, and so we're just being overly cautious, if you will, to make sure when he is back, he's back for good.
How satisfied are you with the coverage schemes defensively?
I'm satisfied. I mean, there's times you like to tackle better and make certain plays on the football, but when you watch it and know what's going on as far as the coaching points and what's being taught and coached, I'm satisfied.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.